We on. We on.
We live.
We live.
Is you live or is you live? That's T.S. Madison. You ever watch T.S. Madison?
What we doing?
So hey.
We live. What we doing?
We're live. Listen. Okay, so yeah, I'm like, how y'all? Hey, the camera, my looking too.
It don't matter. It don't matter. They got you.
So listen, we've been talking for a long time about all kind of stuff to do. I love Trapping They Dead. We work together on a whole bunch of other stuff. And so, you know, that idea of cooperative economics, we talk about it all the time. And like my whole motto is work together, play together, change the game. So I came up with this idea of social sushi. Because sushi is like a bunch of different things that when you put them together, it's like, oh my God, it's amazing. So to just like kind of pop up with media, you know, and we eat, you know, and kind of highlight places in our community that are doing like really dope shit, you know, play good food, lots of great people, and the people that show up in those spaces. So a lot of times you don't really know, you know, you see Gordon Eric Knowles on television.
On the Metro bus. On the Metro bus rack.
ATV commercials, modeling,
you know, and at meetings and important conferences and things like that. But you know, the thing that makes his roots so strong in this community is that he is in it. You know, so just like, you know, 50 said, you can find me in the club or you can find me eating oxtails at Lorna's Cafe. So thank you. Thank you for coming.
Hey, you know, when I'm with you, it's always a good time.
It is.
You know, it's a party, but at the same time, we're dealing with the issues that we deal with in our community.
And that's really, I mean, when you look forward to where we're going, like that's really the only way that we're going to get there. Do you know what I'm saying? We have to have relationships beyond the State of Black Miami events.
You know, the thing about, you know, we as black folks, we're multifaceted, we're multidimensional. We're not just, you know, going down this one road. We have so many different avenues that we travel, but it's about connecting those avenues to get where we're going. That was deep.
It was deep. Is that part of the reason why you chose Lorna's as, you know, the backdrop for the social sushi? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like this hidden gem. They used to be like a little takeout joint, right? And, you know, he was inspired, closed down for 2 years, you know, and then opened this. And it was, you know, some of my brothers from the block that told me about it and brought me here for the first time. And I was like, yo, this is so dope. And this is the exact kind of thing that people say that we're not doing in our community. It's like, no, yes we are. And we need to support it.
You know, Jill, the thing about Miami, everybody comes to Miami. But we haven't, you know, we were just talking about another spot that used to be the spot.
Yeah.
And there was Studio 183.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lord, the jazz room.
The jazz room. Miami Nights.
I know that from my boy Paul Lewis. You know, he's there. You know.
Exactly. So I think we're coming back to a place, and it's interesting that we're here in Miami Gardens because that's where Studio 183 was. Yep. That's where Miami Nights was. That's where the Jazz Club was back in the day. So what's happening in Miami Gardens, it's transformational. And so it's great that an organization or a company or business like Lorna's would find it, you know, important to be here. And so the fact that we're here is not, it's not something that just happened.
Yeah. I mean, we interviewed a while back. We interviewed Mayor Gilbert. Was that a year? It may have been 2 years. That was no, it wasn't. It was the Jazz in the Gardens before. So we interviewed Mayor Gilbert, and we talked about a lot of these things that was happening. At the time, we didn't have Caramart was being shut down, and he talked about the importance of the anchor tenant and bringing in more, putting in that big business. You know, a lot of people get mad with him and say, why he love big business so much? And I'm gonna be the one to say it. And he said the importance of the anchor tenant. I learned that from
absolutely. A lot of people, even in Overtown, a lot of people are getting mad because what is it? From New York.
The brother from New York. I know you're talking about
Red Rooster.
The Rooster joint.
Red Rooster is coming into town.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the fact that Red Rooster is established. You got to establish an anchor business that comes in, and now those other businesses will come in and build around it.
Okay, but I will say, that I feel like Little Greenhouse had earned her stripes, and I think that she could have carried that space.
Jill, I'm not gonna. I don't want to debate it. We're not.
Yeah.
No, but a Red Rooster is a world-renowned brand.
It's just the name.
It's just so to me.
I think me and Eric are on the same page.
To me,
I feel what
Red
you're saying.
Rooster will help Little Greenhouse become even a stronger brand.
I agree with Mr. Knowles. I do, because I see what he's saying. If they already have the resources and that brand power, people coming in that area, they're going to see her regardless. We don't know if they're going to come in just for her right now. Like, we don't know that, because we don't have to put as many resources behind the Red Rooster to market and promote it as you would have to do for a Little Greenhouse in a bigger space. I think that it would help her grow if they brought in bigger brands and bring more down there for her. It's more foot traffic.
Even with that, Red Rooster will help the First Friday grow with the Lyric. Because now you come down for First Friday and go hang out at Red Rooster. Or you come down to Red Rooster and see what's happening at the First Friday at the Lyric.
What you thinking, Jill? What you thinking?
Come on.
It's chopping it down.
I understand building. I understand building homegrown.
And I think that it goes back to the premise that we have to drive people into the community in order for it to prosper, as opposed to build some strong businesses in the community, and they can prosper, and then they will build a strong. Those are the people that stay there.
And I'm gonna say this
and
before
keep
you.
Their money in
so it's not a debate, because this is one of the things that.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I get it. No, it's a conversation, but at the same time, it's one of them things that I had grappled with a lot, because I'm home team first. But I heard that from my boy Darren Ferguson. He came and he told me about the anchor tenant long time ago.
Right.
And think about Nipsey. Nipsey Hussle, who just passed, was the anchor tenant of that plaza, of his community. So I think it could be done. But as far as the growth rate,
imagine if in his community, right? If in his community, the anchor tenant had been Diddy.
You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a restaurant. Like I said, I'm in between. I'm not like the biggest fan of the restaurant coming in, but at the same time, I understand the importance of it.
But I'm just saying.
Again.
That's something totally different. She's saying somebody who's not from that area, who doesn't get it. And that's
but
what
again,
like Red Rooster.
When we talk about Miami, what brands do we even have that's been in our community? Like we talked about Miami Nights, that was back in the day. There's no longer a Miami Nights. There's no longer a Studio 183.
I would have wished, and this is my thing, what I was going to get to. Ernisha.
Yes.
Randolph.
Yes.
With Chicken and Jiving. Now, Chicken and Jiving is new. I know they had just went into the restaurant. But remember, they was in Overtown for Sweet Butter.
Right.
I thought that they would maybe go down that way somewhere, and they doing the same style cooking, and we're familiar with them. And that's what, if you talking about somebody that would have went in that space, I was thinking them.
But again, understand, Sweet Butter, that's local.
That's local.
Red Rooster is
national.
World. No, it's not just national. It's world renowned.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Everybody that comes to Harlem, where they come from, Sweden, who's in Harlem?
Is that because of the food or because of the chef?
It's because it's Harlem.
It's Harlem. But let's not forget Sylvia's. Sylvia's started.
Harlem. You had a whole lot. Sylvia was a reason to go to Harlem.
Exactly. We went.
So how will Nicole ever become Sylvia?
Nicole's only been there a year or two.
I know,
we're not stealing. We're not stealing. We are at a place, we're at a critical place where we got to build a mass.
Okay.
Because we're losing Overtown.
Yeah.
So here is a business, a black business that's coming in and building and expanding the opportunity for employment, the opportunity for us to engage.
Okay. And we couldn't do that in Little Greenhouse. I'm just saying. I ain't got no skin in the game of Greenhouse. I just think
we're doing it with.
Get to grow.
She will grow. And again, that's I believe our perspective is the fact that bringing in a brand like Red Rooster will help her expand and grow.
I'm not going to go into the...
Right, I know. I'm just saying from personal experience. You know what I'm saying? If that's always the sell. That's always the pitch to you. Well, you know, look at all these other stars that are on the team that you're going to spend your money promoting. I'm just saying.
Again, it's not just spent. No, it's not about getting the crumbs. It's not about getting the crumbs. It's about us supporting it. Next month, August, is Small Business Month.
Yeah.
So the Miami-Dade Chamber is going to be promoting black business. Not that we're just promoting it in August. We promote it every day.
Every day.
But we need to get together as a community. I'm going to come on your show, and we're going to talk about Black Business Month, and we're going to push a black business every day of August.
Yeah.
So it's pushing Little Greenhouse Grill. So I want everybody to come to Little Greenhouse Grill at least one of those 30 days.
In that month.
In August.
Yeah.
Well, then we should post up.
That's right. No, that's
And
sushi.
that's what we're going to do.
Sushi there.
And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to post up at Little Greenhouse on a particular day. And you and I will push it out.
So I think what you both are saying,
honestly, we really have to. You see what's about to happen. We're running. We're trying to get home so we can watch the debate. But
I'm not trying to watch the shit show.
Listen.
It ain't nothing but a political theater right now. I ain't trying to watch that shit. And ain't nobody got nothing there for us. They only concerned with our death or locking our ass up.
Yes.
So
So you have to strategize, knowing from what point they're trying to enter. You have to. We're just sitting ducks. I mean,
that's true. He got at least on the plate.
Now he ain't playing now.
Hold on, and to go back on to your point, I mean, we talk about black business, we talk about franchising. I used to be one of the people like opposed to franchising a little bit, but I did my research and I learned that that's like pretty much one of the better ways for us to start getting into business. If we got a little money, don't have that much business acumen.
But the other thing that we don't look at is buying an established business.
That's what I'm saying.
All of us look at, I want to start a business. But what about those folks who are retiring, a gentleman or a lady or a guy who's been running a business for 20 or 30 years, they're getting ready to retire. Does that business just go away? Or do you step in and buy that established business?
Exactly.
That's even better than
the franchise.
Necessarily franchise.
And that's something that, I've always tried to offer, like, especially in Liberty City, any business that's been there for a while, I always try to offer any type of service, whether it's using my influence in any type of way.
Right.
Because I'm sitting there looking at it like, I can't name one doggone, I can't name one restaurant that was there when I was younger, except Miracles. You get what I'm saying? Or one business, MLK, and that's why we supporting MLK. So like it's like so, and then how do we get them to change? Like how do we innovate that situation? Because a lot of times a lot of people want to come in, but they seem like they don't want the help. So how do we come in and do and step in and do that?
Well, that's a challenge. A lot of businesses, black businesses, it doesn't even matter. A lot of people, they know how to do what they do. Yeah. Whether I'm a cook, I'm a landscaper, but running the business is different. And then how do we look at continuity?
Yeah.
How do we keep our business growing that is 50 years old, 100 years old?
Implementing standard procedures.
I went to a grand opening, a ribbon cutting of a business the other day. It was called Megget. They repair Megget. Like maggot, but Megget. They're in Medley, but they repair airplane parts. You know how old that business is? 1870.
What?
1800 out of London. They just opened up. They just bought a business in Medley, in Miami-Dade County, They've been around since 1870s. Okay?
You got a point. You got a point.
Are you two saying that there needs to be a marriage of the two, like bringing in these established brands, but also not forgetting that there is a Lorna's and a greenhouse, and we need to still give them their marketing resources and business resources as well. So let's not forget them as we bring in bigger brands.
Look who just stepped in. Come on over here. Come over. No, come over here. Come on, no, come on. No, come on over. Come on over here. Come on, bring him around. That's the president of
Florida Memorial University.
Yeah. He most definitely got to come over here.
Right.
Cause I need to put that plug in for my boy Ricky.
We need to bring Ed in, bring everybody in now.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Come on in. Welcome. How are you? Good to see you.
How you doing, my brother?
This is Janae and Munch.
How you doing, man?
So just joining us is the president of Florida Memorial, Japhus Hodrick. And so he's definitely a true gentleman. He got that bow tie popping.
You know what I'm saying? You see it? You know, I'm young, you know, I'm trying to learn something. You know what I'm saying? I'm still taking notes over here.
Yeah, Eric knows he sets the stage, man.
You know?
Understand?
So you are putting together quite a dynamic team. No, you keep the mic.
I'm trying to do that. It's all about the leadership because my goal is to elevate the prominence of this university.
Yes. Wait a minute, and our future mayor is over there. Can we get her over here before she walks out?
Yeah, Miss Lisa. Miss Davis. Councilwoman Miss Davis.
Miss Davis. Now, where are you going? I'm going to try to get rid of you.
We got to slide around.
Yeah.
Slide. You can slide. You can cut me out. Cut me out.
Okay.
Cut me out.
I know.
Nice and comfy. I like this.
Are we good?
I'm sorry, I'm on your jacket.
Okay.
I see y'all.
Come back. Okay, there we are. Oh. That's what I'm talking about. Just make sure that you're talking diapers like that. They gonna get this mic. Other than that, man, you know, other than that, we have so many dynamic people on this, you know, sitting with us now. We're a little comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, to get a little comfortable over here.
I'm good.
Lorita's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, she say, look, y'all ain't gonna set me up.
Florida Memorial University, my alma mater.
It's in Miami Gardens.
It is Miami.
Miami Gardens.
There seems to be some.
We are not.
Right, there seems to be some
We are
debate.
not sharing. No, it's in Miami Gardens.
It is in Miami Gardens, but you claim Opa-locka. I mean, my address was Opa-locka when I went there.
It's the only BCU in Miami Gardens. Only BCU in Miami
The
Gardens.
only BCU in
Miami Gardens.
HBCU.
Yes.
Historically, because it is. Isn't Florida Memorial the first? Yes. Well, created in St. Augustine. I am alma mater, so.
Kudos.
And it has come quite a long way.
Good.
So, I'm excited about the level of young professionals you're bringing to the table for Florida Memorial. 2 years ago, the word was, last one out, turn off the lights. And now it seems like we have a reason to hope again.
So Jill, let me just say to you and to the people who are listening to us, it's a new day at Florida Memorial University. And let me tell you, my goal and what is happening is that we're integrating this university into the greater community. Literally, I have corporations from around the country, major international global organizations pulling up to the table saying, we want to partner with Florida Memorial University. And I meet with so many of them every day. I'm excited about the future of this university. And listen, regardless around the country, many universities, predominant universities, would love to see us close. But let me tell you, HBCUs are still relevant today as we were when we were founded.
All I'm gonna say is James Weldon Johnson. I remember that. That was a Black History lesson. You know, one of the things I want to talk about, I want to shout out Ricky. He's one of your students. He just got there this semester. He's under. Yeah, and Vernon is back. Thank you. Vernon back. Thank you.
I brought Brother Mike back.
I'm just excited as somebody who didn't get that opportunity to go to see other young brothers get the opportunity. And that's always been a spot. I've seen so many people take advantage of the summer camp you guys have. I went to the summer camp. I was brought up on the Melton Mustafa, the late Melton Mustafa, and just to see him. So I'm curious to see where we're going. And you know.
Well, one of the good things about Florida Memorial, whereas other universities deny our students an opportunity, we bring students into the university who may not necessarily have all the credentials and the foundation, but I can tell you, they come in one way, but when they leave that university, they are prepared to get into any graduate school in the country, or they're competitive to compete on a global level, or they're opening their own businesses, becoming entrepreneurs.
And I know that to be true because my boy I went to Northern Middle with, Richard Way, who has the Urban Black and White Affair that's going to be happening in August, Black Business Month. The Urban Miami. He actually graduated from Florida Memorial. Then he did his graduate at FAM. But he can go anywhere he wanted to go.
Right.
And now he's working with one of the top financial firms right now.
Absolutely. And
it started from him going to those summer camps with you guys.
Absolutely. And the thing about Florida Memorial is that we have not told the success stories. I'm telling you, man, we have so many leaders, not only in this community, but around the country and around the globe who came from Florida Memorial. Whether it's physicians, it's across all industries. And I'm telling you, man, the high touch we provide to the students at that university is transforming their lives.
Mr. President,
I ended up because my mom, what?
in your face.
Yeah, see, I had to look out. See, oh, there you go. See?
It's the chick napkins.
Yeah.
Can I get some cloth? Okay.
No, we're just trying to make sure my dog ain't got no mustache out here.
Right? But no, my mom went to Ferris State, and she told me that from 9th grade, she wanted me to go to a black college because black colleges and universities build leaders, and other colleges build workers. And that stuck with me from the very day she said it, and I believe it to be true because, you know, there's a different path, and there is a different training that you learn. You do have to learn to be self-sufficient at a black college in a way you would not get at another college.
Yeah.
And that is an invaluable tool.
The reality is we live in a different world. And so if we don't learn how to teach our young leaders how to be leaders, they will always walk into another organization and everybody would literally just basically began to outshine them. But we teach them how to be leaders, how to be self-sustaining. And so as a result, that's why they're so sought after. Because one of the things we're doing now, even as freshmen, we're connecting students with the careers that they want to be in. We're getting them internships and mentors early. So by the time they leave us, they have the skills they need to excel in whatever they do.
Yeah. And Mr. President, I think it's a token and a hat off to you because to see you in the community, you're here at Lorna's, you're here for Jill's event, you're here partaking, and that's not something I saw other presidents doing. How important is it for you to build? How important is it to build those community partnerships? Because that's part of the story as well.
Well, listen, the reality is...
And Mr. Knowles, I'd love for you to piggyback on that.
The reality is we're part of this community. And look, everybody, you're my people. And I need you to help me transform this university. It's going to take all of us to do that. And that's why collaboration and teamwork is so critical.
as he said, it's about collaboration. Florida Memorial sits on the board of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. And so it is these opportunities that we also extend to the students, the business world working together so that we can secure the future of our community. Lisa,
Miss Davis,
talking about our future.
we were talking about collabing with Flomo and partnerships in the future of the community. Like we were talking about collabing with Florida Memorial, the future of the community and why that is important.
Well, I think that's important, and I have to say this. My sister worked at Florida Memorial for over 25 years in the library, so she loved the school. But I think collaborating with the city and with Florida Memorial is very important for this community because there's a lot that needs to be done for Florida Memorial, and I'm here to do what we need to do for the school, to bring the school up where it needs to be.
So I go back to the point of the business community. When you talk about the fact that Florida Memorial is the HBCU in the state of Florida, along with the others, but here in South Florida, we as the business community have to support what is happening over at Florida Memorial, providing opportunities for the students from internships, from not just internships, but after they graduate, opportunities to become employed. So we together have to do a better job of making that happen for those students so that they can be. Everybody wants to come to Miami. Everybody wants to be in South Florida. So what a better entree into our community than Florida Memorial University.
I got off the plane in Miami from Detroit in January. I left this snowstorm. I got here with 70 degrees. You can just see the rest of my stuff. I'm never coming back. So there is, and it was a dirt patch when I was out there. The basketball team lived in trailers. I mean, we were
basketball team. Wait a minute. I heard there was a football team about to come back.
Oh, let me tell you. Hey, look, I have my AD here. I'm going to let him talk. But that's one of the things that we're bringing, the rebirth of football to Florida Memorial. And listen, here's the thing. Not only 61 years, you're absolutely right. Not only we're bringing football, we're bringing the band, cheer, dance, all of that back. The primary thing for me in terms of football is that around the country, the educational attainment and graduation rate for black males is going down while everybody else is going up. That's a concern for me. I say it on a national level when I'm in the White House, wherever I am. We have to get more black males in school and graduate. So this is one of the reasons why I'm bringing football to Florida Memorial as well. So I'm going to let my AD talk about that in a minute.
All right, yeah, go ahead. What's your name? Your name?
Ernest Jones, Director of Athletics, Florida Memorial. Shout out to Tracy, representing Michigan in the house. Yeah, it's a new day.
What up, though?
That's what you. Flip Michigan is in the house, representing Detroit, Michigan. But at the end of the day, it's a new day at Florida Memorial. Football is coming. We're going to rebirth football. We call it the rebirth of the pride and tradition of football. 61 years it's been since football was played at Florida Memorial University, and we're getting ready to rebirth football at Florida Memorial.
All right, so being that I'm a former high school athlete, college athlete, playing football, right? And I grew up at Miami Central. A lot of kids didn't get recruited, and a lot of us was smart. I happen to be one of those smart ones that graduated with a 3.8, but I didn't have no college to go to. Nobody didn't accept me. Yeah, all 15 Florida schools just said no. But I didn't let that discourage me because I wanted to go to college. My parents raised me on going to college. But at the end of the day, it's just refreshing to see that FLOMO, and I feel like it's a little, it was home. If I was home and home could see me, I probably would have got recognized. And it wasn't so much about, because I was always taught to have a plan B, and my boy Fanning with Arvis, we just interviewed him, and he's talking about the same things. It's like we need those opportunities. It's just bigger than, it's so many things around sports that we're not tapping into. My boy Everton Allen, who does all my logos and whatnot, Everton Allen played ball at Miami Crop, right? At Michael Crop. He ended up playing ball, being one of the marketing directors at the Dolphins.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? He couldn't play ball and take it to the next step, but he can actually go do something else that he could do. And a lot of our mental issues, a lot of our black men, when football stops, it's a lot of issues that we have to deal with, myself included.
Let me just tell you, at Florida Memorial, we chase academic excellence. You would have been exactly what we're looking for. 3.0 or higher. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, an entrepreneur. All of these athletes that look like you and I that live in the South Florida area, we want them at Florida Memorial. You don't have to leave this area, leave this city, leave this state. Come to Florida Memorial, get that degree, and go out and make a difference in this community.
I was hitting at it, but you said it. Where you gonna recruit the crib? Because UM don't like to recruit the crib. They want to go to West Palm. They tell us that we a problem, but they know that, look, that Miami Speedy, you need it.
I told my president, give me $100 in my recruiting budget, because all I need to do is put gas in the car, and I'm driving around 15 miles away from the school.
But the one thing I want to say, it's important that we do what we're doing in terms of starting a football team. But we also got to encourage them and teach them that there's a front office opportunity. Absolutely. There are directors, there are vice presidents who run these organizations, from professional baseball, professional football. Florida Memorial has a baseball team. Florida Memorial is now going to have a football team, basketball team. But everybody isn't going to make it. How many NFL teams are there? 34, 35? How many basketball teams are there? How many baseball teams are there? But there are that many college opportunities to be an athletic director, to be a football coach, to be the CEO of an organization. So that's the other side that we got to look at as well.
We call it the Florida Memorial Way. We prepare these young people to go out in this community and be attractive to men like you, to where you would say, and women like you, that you would provide an opportunity for them to be employed, to go across this nation and understand what it's about to go be employed across this nation. Our president talks about crossing international lines to be global, to be able to, that's what we're doing as we're part of the Florida Memorial Way. Preparing these young people to go out and be attractive to men and women like you and I, so that they can be employed and be successful.
Right. We were talking about that earlier. The fact that if not for Florida Memorial, a lot of us would not have gone to college, and I think that is so important. Because everybody is not going to be the head of the class, but they are going to be vital parts of society. And Florida Memorial stepped in that gap. And gave people a chance that other schools were giving.
We want to set the standard.
That's why it's important.
We want to be, you don't have to go to
see people in those spaces. I think people don't realize a lot of times that young black people can grow up and never see people in authority until they got to FloMo. You know what I'm saying? And they know that there are greater things possible for them.
It's them having the opportunity to see men and women like us sitting around a table like this that's doing awesome things around this country. That inspires them. You don't have to go to FAU, FIU, Florida, South Florida, Central Florida. Come to Florida Memorial University and you can wear bow ties. You can wear jackets. You can wear dresses. You can do all of those positive things just by coming to Florida Memorial University. Being around people that's going to tell you that it's okay. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to be successful. You can get a degree that'll work past Miami Gardens. You can go across this nation with a degree from Florida Memorial University.
But the one thing I'm going to say, I grew up in an era, I didn't know what an HBCU was. Because my family was from the Caribbean. My family was poor. But do you know how many still today don't know what the importance of what an HBCU is? So if there's one charge that I will charge the president with, is to get the word out, get the message out, the importance of what having a Florida Memorial in our backyard means to our community.
Because if you are at a my name is Stephanie Anderson, but if you are at a predominantly white university or a predominantly mainstream university, as they say, you have to create the environments that you have at a
Florida Memorial University within that campus. And we were blessed enough to be able to do that at the University of Alabama, where we all still have a collective. But I see the tradition and the level of excellence that's at a University of Alabama being implemented at Florida Memorial University. You have the leadership in place that understands that all you need to do is to provide the opportunities for the players, for the students. And the one thing that I want to also say about sports and being involved in management and leadership in these sports organizations, I just came from the Women of Color and Communications Conference that Jill Tracy is a member of the Miami chapter. And one of the things that those individuals said in the room that were from the sports agencies is they're not looking for people that just have a sports background. They're looking for people that have a background in business. They're looking for people who have an expertise in marketing. They're looking for people who have an expertise in management. And those go across sports lines. And so we need to start introducing our young people to those opportunities as well, because they're looking for us. They need us in those arenas, because coming from an NFL family, I can tell you the majority of those players look like us. And so if you don't have people in the front office that also look like us, then you have a disconnect between the player and the organization, and they don't understand. So
yeah, I get to you in a minute, but I remember we talk about LeBron. LeBron was an 18-year-old kid. LeBron now, his whole team, he fired the top agent, put all his boys around him. Now Maverick ran everything, right? Maverick is the guy who's like moving around. He's talking to people now. He's getting his little shine, but he was originally one of his teammates on that team, on that AAU team in high school. So he took everybody with him. So, that's why it's so important, and just to use it as an example, why it was so important for our people to do that. Yeah, go ahead.
But the next thing I want to say that's important, in order for Florida Memorial to thrive and to grow, the alumni have to step up. Talk about that. Talk about that, Mr. President.
So one of the thank you, Brother Noah. So one of the things for sure is that we need our alums, not only our alums, but everybody in South Florida. It's going to take all of us to transform this university. And our alums, many a times, they show up for events and they talk a lot, but we need you to give. We need you to do more than just show up. We need you to support us financially as well, because it takes money. It takes money to make the kind of transformation we need, and the integration we need, and the elevation we are going to.
How many alumni are there at Florida Memorial University? How many alumni are there?
So we have several thousand alumni here and all over the country. And we have many who do give, but we also have, honestly, a lot who just don't give.
Cool.
Dr. Hardrick. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. August is Small Black Business Month. So I am pushing, as the president of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, pushing that each and every one of us find a black business that we support, find a black university that we support, the only black university in our community. Maybe we do, it's a business also. Yes. So
it's a serious business. We're doing $100 million, adding $100 million to the economy here in South Florida.
So absolutely. But again, August is Small Black Business Month. And sitting here, this is percolating as we speak. So I want you to formulate and push a drive to support Florida Memorial University as a black business in our community.
We'll make it happen.
And the chamber is, along with others, are going to be pushing black businesses in our community. So I want you to go out. When you go to a business supporting a black business in August, I want you to go on Instagram and post it. I want you to go on Facebook and post it that you've been to.
What's the hashtag?
Black businesses. Black business Miami.
Yeah.
Black hashtag Black business Miami.
With that being said, I'm always one of them people who play devil's advocate. I'm a business owner myself, so I tell people, hey, if that's the case, look, supplier diversity, all these different things that's going on. I know it's a lot of contracts. I know we don't have the biggest budget, but I know there's ways we can get involved. You know what I'm saying?
But you're talking about getting involved, talking about budgets, talking about disparity issues. Miami-Dade County, when it comes to procurement, when it comes to contracts, black business community receives less than 2%. Miami-Dade School Board has just put in policy to deal with that issue. So we as a community got to confront that issue. So I'm asking you all to support the chamber as we confront that issue.
Well, you know you have my support. And not only that, but let me tell you, we're also supporting a lot of black-owned businesses at Florida Memorial as well, and we will continue to do so.
So talk about the strategy. How does that well, Eric, can you talk about the strategy a little bit? Because I know you've been doing procurement for a minute, and I want to talk about how procurement builds community, right? And how you get the community involved with these different contracts and whatnot.
Absolutely. So again, we're talking about Dade County. You can become a certified vendor with Dade County. You can become a certified vendor with Miami-Dade Public Schools, as well as Broward Public Schools. So you need to become, if you're not certified as a business or a minority or a woman, you need to become certified. Again, I need you to support the initiative. The disparity that is happening in Miami-Dade County is abysmal. It's appalling when it comes to the opportunities that we have not been afforded. When we are 20% of the community in terms of population and we're receiving less than 2%, we need to step up. And the only way we step up is that we work together. And we can't, businesses, the one thing I talk about businesses, it's one thing to know how to cook. It's one thing to know how to be an architect, but you have to have the back of your house together. You have to know how to run your business. So by joining the chamber, you learn we have workshops. We have a micro loan program to help you finance your business. There are many other opportunities that we work with various organizations, so we need you to join us to help you grow.
Councilwoman Davis, can you chime in the government side of that? Because I know Miami Gardens, we're in the beautiful city of Miami Gardens, and they've been leading the charge as far as, I know they give a lot of contracts to people of color, and I see that you guys have been a leader in that to kind of change that narrative when it comes to small businesses. So can you speak more to that, like what the city of Miami Gardens have done when it comes to contracts?
Well, to me, I feel like we have to do better. We can always do better with what we do. We're the third largest city in Miami-Dade County. We have the person sitting over here that's over the chambers, Eric Knowles, and I'm hoping that he will be able to sign more black businesses up. I'm out here walking every day, and they're asking me about the chambers and when is the chamber going to sign me up. And I want to be active, and I want to find out what the city's doing. How can I get more involved? So people, the businesses here are ready, but I guess they said they're waiting on us to make that move. So I'm hoping that the chambers, and I heard something on the radio where you guys are doing something at the Oasis.
Right, we actually have the workshop coming up.
Yeah,
So, not to cut you off or anything, Councilwoman, my birthday is today.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
But but to your credit, you talked about a workshop. Today, I don't believe in birthday, take a day off. So I went to the small business loan program provided by the OEO, where we talk about the school board. I went to that today and was provided a lot of information. And my question to you is, furthering what I call Mayor OG has been doing. How are you as the new mayor, right? If you was put in that seat, what are the things you would want to do? And did you do the food and wine?
Yes, I did.
Okay, see, that's why I want. See, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to make sure. Go ahead.
But so you're running for mayor. We're gonna.
I am running for mayor. Yes.
Oh, you're running. Okay.
Yes.
It's known.
That's
the thing.
Yes.
It's a thing now.
Yes. But yes, that was my wine and food, but I'm not a part of it this year.
But I said it to say, talk about the economic impact of creating events like that, because we're talking about business, we're talking about what was
Let
how
me
did
say
that start?
this to you. What my thought and a creation, and something that I came up with that was different and exciting, and the people loved it. And I have to say, the last time I did it, because it was so good, we had Food Network. Food Network came out and wanted to record. Third year, not 10th, third year, we had a national TV come out and record our Sweet Freak initiative the last time I did it. I think that the Food and Wine is going to bring much more business to the city, and as far as people are going to be looking at the city for what we're doing. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to get that seat so I can show them how to really do a Food and Wine. I'm going to say it like that.
Oh, okay. No, I just felt like it was a little bit of friction in there. You said you weren't a part of it this year. Is there something to share with us? Like, what happened? It's your baby. So why weren't you a part of it?
You would have to ask them that.
All right. Okay.
I was gonna say, life cycle. People have.
I'm the person in the room with nothing to lose. I speak the truth. Okay. So.
Stephanie like me, we got nothing to lose.
That's it.
Nothing. So sometimes when you bring an opportunity and you bring a new vision into the room, and other people are elevated in a position over you, then they decide that you are now a threat. That because you are the originator of the idea, and they are the perpetrator of its continuation.
Smile. That's all.
That you are a threat. And so we have a problem in our community of wanting to be the only one in the room. So when we are brought in the room, we don't want nobody else in the room. We want to be the only one in the room. We don't want anybody else to get an opportunity. This woman is not that person. There are a couple of other women who are running in Miami Gardens who also are not that person. But unfortunately, when you are the person who has traditionally been the only one in the room, you want to try to keep it that way.
Stephanie Anderson has spoken. But hold on. But hold on. I bring up and see on our podcast. No, we want to bring you on, Miss Lisa, and the reason being is because I'm young. I always tell people I'm not a community activist. I'm not an advocate. I'm a concerned and engaged citizen. And that's what we're supposed to be, because everybody caught up in titles. So I'm always concerned about the future of Miami Gardens, because maybe I just might have to leave Liberty City, okay? And if I gotta leave the city one day, or have multiple houses, have
nice.
multiple, which I always say the one place I'm gonna go is Miami Gardens. I'm gonna try to keep our money in there as much as possible. What are the things, like I said earlier, what are the things you want to bring? What are the new things you want to bring? Talk to the young folk, because there's going to be a lot of young folk that's going to be listening. And they don't know about the politics, but why you need them to be involved.
Well, I don't think it's about the politics with me. It's about serving my community, which I've done for 8.5 years well. And I know my work is not done. There is still much to do in this, and I love the city. I raised my 2 daughters here. They went to Norland. They went to Pace. I went to Norland, but I'm not going to tell you what year, but I graduated from Norland myself. I raised my...
What's up with the council going to Norland, man? Y'all close to Carol City.
Well, hey, I think Norland is it. Sorry. Hey, but I love Carol City and Norland. I thank God for Norland that we have a new school. We did fight for that. We have Top Golf that's here. Businesses are coming in here. There are just some things that we need to get straight as a city. And the biggest thing I could tell our youth, you need to get involved. You need to get involved. We have our seniors that are involved. We're involved. Our teachers, Lorna Memorial. but I want to see our youth get involved with what we're doing in the city. We can't do it by ourselves. We can't do it by ourselves, and we're going to need everybody help, from the teacher to the pastor to the police department to you and you. We have to do it together, and that's what I want to see happen. We need to get rid of the crime. That's one thing, and that's another conversation within itself. We need to make sure that our seniors continue to be safe. We need to work with our youth, and when I say youth, I mean all of us. I don't care how old you are. Our youth are here. I raised my 2 daughters here. They love Miami Gardens, and they want to give back as well. They see their mama, single mama, out there hustling, trying to do what she can do, and I'm being real with it. And I love this city, and I don't want to see anything but good come to Miami Gardens. And I know if I'm elected, that's what's going to happen. I'm not afraid to work with anybody, but we need to get it done.
I don't know that people really understand what kind of a unique situation we are in Miami Gardens. We are in one of the largest concentrated populations of black people in a zip code, and we can really create in a state, and we can really create a model of what we want to see in other cities across America. And when you have an anchor like Florida Memorial University, you have the community organizations that are in place in Miami Gardens itself. You have No More Broken Hearts, you have the Trayvon Martin Foundation, you have all of these organizations that are centrally positioned and are doing the work already. You have black businesses that are already operating, and you have the largest concentration of black bodies in a zip code in the state of Florida. At that point, this should be not only a political, economic, and spiritual oasis for black people, it should be a beacon for other black communities around the country.
Amen.
It gets silent when Stephanie speaks.
Eric?
So Jill, Jill, yeah, thank you. So Brother Nose challenged me to basically create something around black businesses next month. And so I want to invite Jill to bring her show to Florida Memorial, and let's create something around that, the whole support of black businesses, all right?
Yes. Can we shake on that one? Yes. Indeed. Done.
Trapping Ain't Dead gonna come. My other business, Roost Collective, we're one of the printers for. The only reason I asked that question, we talk about business. We're one of the printers for the Super Bowl as well as Florida Memorial. We always try to go to our black businesses first, and basically support them. So we'll be out there. We do a black marketplace. Gordon there knows. Just let us know. Whatever we got to do, we want to support. My thing is always, and Jill will tell you this, is whatever we have to do. To me, it's not about the money. It's about the mission. And we got to start standing on integrity. Because what happens is we get so caught up in these things that it's just like, and we can't say this because this. That's why I say, I'll say it. Stephanie said, I'll say it. Right. We'll say it for you guys, so that because we know y'all need y'all protections. We know that somebody has to stand behind you. There's so many times I've seen, and I'm speaking to some broad stuff, but Keon get slammed in the media. Mayor Oliver Gilbert gets slammed in the media. And Mayor Matthew Pygott gets slammed in the media. And the first thing I'm like, hold on, did he educate you first? So why now are you tripping? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, and as we know, we are all running out to watch the debates because it has gotten bigger than all of us, and we need
Jill,
to be prepared for the fire this time.
Jill, I was just about to go there. Talk about the debates, but as they say, all politics is local.
Amen.
That's why we got a hyper-local blog called Hyper News.
All politics is local, and we got to do what we got to do to support one another in our community, because obviously
those folks up there in Washington ain't supporting us.
Right.
Those folks who are in power right now ain't looking out for you or I or anybody in this room. So we have to look out for one another. So that's what this is about.
Well, you know what they say. You have to put your mask on first before you help somebody. So I think it is definitely that time that we put our mask on and being radically authentic about the preservation of our stories. Period. Yeah. You want the mic? Yeah. Amen. Well, and nobody, it hurts me to my heart. One of the biggest things, and then I'll let you all go and have a cocktail. Most recently, that has happened, that Ebony Johnson Publishing had sold, literally, Black history. There's a lovely Jewish woman that owns it now. But the fact that could happen without
But that's what I was
there
speaking about earlier.
Right.
How do we not have our continuum of businesses? How does that happen?
Right.
We're the only ones that let that happen.
Right. And one of the most important things, to me now is the preservation of our history in our hands. Yeah.
Let me say this real quick. Who knows what griot means? Griot.
Yes.
What does it mean? Okay, she knows. Yes. And I can't tell you right now, but I have a plan because we're not teaching our kids Black history, but we can always tell them the story, right? We can always sit down with our kids. We don't have to wait till February, Black History Month. We can sit down and tell them the story now. Even though the schools won't, we will, and we can. So I have a plan, and I'm going to talk about that more later, but I want our kids to know about our history, Black history.
And I want to piggyback on what Jill was saying, because I just came from a conference where Johnson Publishing, Rice Johnson was speaking, and she spoke to this. We need to make sure that now that those photos are in the Smithsonian and that they are public released by Getty's and we can use those images, that we really begin to recirculate those images ourselves as individuals in our marketing campaigns. Because otherwise, young people, they won't have an idea or a clue of what that legacy really entails.
Just the other day we were in the studio and Shelby's publicist, sent her a text and said, hey, I'm just, Googling you. And she found a picture of her on Getty Images that was $500 that she did not approve. She did not, she didn't give them the okay. They didn't contact her in terms of how much she meant. They were selling it for $500 and she wouldn't have gotten a quarter of it. And see, things like, there's so many levels to this game that young people, I teach with Urgent Ink in the summer, kids in broadcast and media, and when I tell you, I had them do PSAs this year on social change. What would you change, right? They had 3 days. Do you know what in their phones they created PSAs that I can submit to Knight Foundation in their phones? Oh. Do you know what I'm saying? And we have to harness that power of the stories. It's just amazing. And I didn't prompt them, but the stories that they want to tell are incredible. Well, listen, I'm so glad you came by.
Hey, Joe, listen, I'm truly honored to be sitting with so many distinguished friends.
Yeah, it was
right?
good stuff.
And I just love you guys. I am so excited about what's happening at Florida Memorial and where we're about to go. Thank you for your support, and I look forward literally next month you having this show at Florida Memorial. And hey, listen, we're going to turn it up when you come.
Yes. That's a done deal. Awesome. Okay, well, you all have something to eat.
All right. Remember, August, Small Black Business Month. Ms. Davis, you want to give me your social media?
Okay, you know what? Okay, you can find #DareToDream.com. That's a foundation that I'm going to start, God willing. you know what? I'm still working on. It's early in the game. Y'all know that. And so we're still working on campaign.
What's your email?
Dare to Dream Productions at yahoo.com. That's what it is.
Repeat that.
Dare the number 2 Dream Productions.com. Dare to Dream Productions. We all should dare to dream.
So listen, I need to say this because we have a huge celebrity game coming up. So the NABJ having their national conference here. We're partnered with NABJ, with Isaiah Thomas, my good friend. We're giving a scholarship away, but we have so many other things. I want my assistant AD, Strata Joseph, to talk about the celebrity game that we have coming up.
All right, thank you, Mr. President, for having me. August 10th, Saturday, we're having an amazing event. We're raising money for scholarships at Florida Memorial University. We have 2 girls AAU basketball games. We have Broward versus Dade high school basketball game. We also have a slam dunk contest at Florida Memorial University. And we have Miami finest Brianna Perry, who will be performing at halftime.
When is that? When is that?
Next Saturday, August 10th. You do not want to miss out. Saturday, August 10th.
I got Shirley Caesar next week. I got a concert, and I'm like, man, for Brianna, man, I grew up with her. I got a certain
Is that information on Florida Memorial social media page?
Yes, it is, ma'am. So the social media page is Go FMU Lions. Tickets are on sale at FMUathletics.com.
And the Miami-Dade Chamber, m-dcc.org, 305-751-8648.
So for the celebrity game, let me say, Strata didn't say this, but we have NBA players from around the league who will be at Florida Memorial playing in this game next week.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for coming. That was good.
I'm going to say this to Jill. Jill didn't have to do it's my birthday, and Jill did not have to do this. But this probably was like Jill always sows seeds. People don't talk about this all the time, but she always is one of the few people that encourage us all the time. Literally, I used to be with her like for a while, and she helped me a lot. I can't tell you how thankful I am for Jill Tracy. Shared a lot of experiences that she's went through to help me go through my journey, and that's what it's about. It's about all us helping each other, and you know, we gonna get there.
Thank you.
Yes, we are. Yes, we is.
All right, exit stage left.
Right.
Literally.